this could be one of the most valuable videos I've ever made, in my humble opinion. Okay, so what's going on with the Marble Machine X right now then? During this summer, I thought long and hard about this, and I have identified 4 major issues holding me back from succeeding with the Marble Machine X. Issue number 1, I didn't make the design requirements less dumb. As I will show you in this video, this is causing major issues with the functionality of the Marble Machine X. Almost every persistent problem on the machine can be traced back to my dumb design requirements. This has been such a big learning experience for me, and by making this video, I hope that some of you get a chance to learn from my mistake. In a brilliant 3-part video series, Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, toured the Spacex factory grounds with Elon Musk, and in the middle of the tour, Tim asked Elon why the grid fins no longer folded in. Elon replied by giving a 5-minute lecture about design processes that tells us exactly why the Marble Machine X is not working.
And remind me, are the grid fins, do they still fold in?
No.
No. Is that going to be permanently that way?
Yeah, so what I'm trying to have us all just implement rigorously is the sort of 5-step process. First, make your requirements less dumb. Your requirements are definitely dumb. It does not matter who gave them to you. It's particularly dangerous if a smart person gave you the requirements, because you might not question them enough.
Yeah, you might take it as like gospel, like yes. I have to do this thing.
Everyone's wrong, no matter who you are, everyone's wrong some of the time. So make your requirements less dumb. Then try very hard to delete the part or process. This is actually very important. If you're not occasionally adding things back in, you are not deleting enough. Only the 3rd step is simplify or optimize. The 3rd step, not the 1st step. The reason it's the 3rd step is because it's very common, it's possibly the most common error of a smart engineer is to optimize a thing that should not exist.
Right.
Okay. Right. And so, well, why would people do that? Well, everyone's been trained in high school and college that you got to answer the question, convergent logic.
Yep. So
you can't tell a professor your question is dumb, that you'll get a bad grade. You have to answer the question.
Yep.
So everyone's basically, without knowing it, they got like mental straitjacket on. That is, they'll work on optimizing the thing that should simply not exist.
Right.
And finally, you get to step 4, which is accelerate cycle time. You're moving too slowly, go faster. But don't go faster until you have worked on the other 3 things first.
Gotcha.
Like if you're digging, your grave, don't dig it faster. Stop digging your grave. And then the final step is automate. And now I have personally made the mistake of going backwards on all 5 steps, multiple times, where literally I automated, accelerated, simplified, and then deleted. Like one example I've talked about before is like there were these like fiberglass mats on top of the Model 3 battery pack that were in between the floor pan and the battery. And it was at one point choking the battery pack production line, and I was like basically living on the battery pack production line, like trying to fix the line. And finally I said, what the hell are these mats for? And I asked the battery safety team, because I'm like, are these mats for, what are these mats for? They said, oh, these mats, I said, are they for fire protection or something? They said, no, they're for noise and vibration. So you don't get, and I said, but you're the battery department. Then I asked an NBA noise vibration harshness team, what's it for? They said fire safety. So literally, it was like being in a Dilbert cartoon, okay? So we just deleted them. And it just bypassed this $2 million robot cell. It was just a complete pile of nonsense.
Okay, so